On this video, I'll take you from the Azura on a road trip to Olympia, the stadium, and this amazing statue. I'm Michael. Travel is my happy place. I hope my videos will entertain and inspire you to travel to your own corner of our beautiful world. Now then, I'll start this video in my cabin. I need to get off the Azura and head towards the coaches, which are awaiting down below. We're being warned that it's a very, very hot day. We're in the middle of a summer heat wave here in Greece. This setup with buses was fairly typical of shore excursions with the Azura. In my experience, it was well organised. In a future video, I'll take you on an early morning walk around public areas on the Azura. As we drive through Katakolon, a quick update. This is day 3 of the cruise. We started in Malta and via a sea day have ended up here in Greece. I didn't get to spend much time in Katakolon, but judging by the drive-through, it was mostly tourist shops.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Kalimera, not calamari. Beautiful morning. Look at the light. Look at the sun. Don't think that this sun we're going to have it on our heads when we go to Olympia. Because, I mean, it's a hot day, but not the hottest.
I'd like to think our guide was joking. It was a super hot day in the middle of a heat wave. The drive to Olympia took around 40 to 45 minutes through rural Greece. You then get off the bus for a short walk to the historic area. The soundtrack when in Greece at this time of year, cicadas. It was uninterrupted while in Olympia. If you're taking a water bottle with you, the good news, there's plenty of safe drinking water available, and it tastes pretty good too. It's not too obvious from this video, but the archaeological area, when I was there, was pretty busy. But occasionally you want to get away and take some footage yourself of other parts of the park. But the great thing is that this little earpiece is a little like a homing beacon. When I get too far away, the sound of the guide disappears. And so I just walk a little bit closer and I find my group again. And if you watch the lighting of the Olympic torch, this is where it happens. If you think I look a little hot and bothered in this video, you're not wrong. Though I have to say it got even hotter as the cruise went along. This is the original Olympic Stadium. Apparently there weren't any seats. It was very similar back in Olympic times, the grass banks that you see around. You can see the starting blocks as well. And it does feel like you're just in a little bit of history. You can think back a couple of thousand years and think of them running up and down here and competing in front of big crowds. That's just about it for this part of the tour, but we're going to head for a break just on the outside of the park and then on to the museum. Our guide took us on a pretty direct route to the stadium, so when you're making your way back towards the exit, which is the same as the entrance, if you've got time, take a detour and have a look around at some of the other sites. There are much more complete ruins elsewhere in the world, but it is certainly great to come to a place that after all is the home of what is now the modern Olympics. A thing I've seen in some guides is that it's a long walk. It really isn't. A little more than a mile, I'd say. And in terms of access, it's gravel. It looks pretty okay to me, and there are ramps around, but obviously it's pretty hot. Contact me. Can I have a lemonade? Yeah.
Lemon, please, 450.
Okay.
Please, sir.
Thank you.
Just a moment, please. Just a moment. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
No problem, thank you. If this video is proving helpful to you, I'd appreciate a like. You can also subscribe. Plenty more videos to come aboard the Azura as we head to Dubrovnik, Valletta, Ajaccio, Florence and Rome. The museum, looking a bit like a library, left me with low expectations of what was to come. How wrong I'd prove to be. You can only wonder what happened to the person wearing this armour as a result of those holes. Take a little note of this gable. A more impressive example is coming up soon. These carvings were part of a gable for a larger building, which must have been something to see. This is Hermes and Dionysus. To be honest, I had a moment here. It was created in the 4th century BC, more than 1800 years before Michelangelo's David. Just amazing. Well, that is the museum done, and actually for me it was the highlight. I enjoyed going around and looking at Olympia, but actually to go in the museum and see the artwork done at that time was truly incredible, and the absolute cherry on the cake of it was Hermes. What incredible artwork and sculpting done thousands of years ago. And if I was to recommend one thing from this trip, it would be hopefully spending a bit more time than I got to on this tour looking at Hermes. There's plenty more from my cruise on the Azura on a playlist on this channel. A link to that is here on the screen.